Antidote 2 got a brand new TV spot, and a lot of the footage here has me scratching my head, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And how does all these shots connect to the overall movie? The TV spot basically begins with Joy saying these rogue new emotions took over Riley's head, and I'm like, rogue? Doesn't that mean dishonest? Which I'm like, wow, she really is gonna have a grudge with anxiety and the rest of these emotions by the end of the movie. And a ton of the footage we see later in this TV spot kind of makes me scratching my head like, how in the world are they going to work together? I feel like some of the emotions are still going to hate the other new ones for what they did in this movie, and I'll talk about that more in this video. The next frame here shows anxiety, which she's like, we don't need you guys anymore, and Riley needs us new emotions. She needs more specific emotions, and we see the look on Joy's face, and she actually looks super sad in this shot, with fear like saying, how dare you, madam? Which his relationship with anxiety, I'm really confused about, because there's some promotional images that show them like scared and hugging each other, but then a lot of the marketing shows that he's just kind of afraid or angry at anxiety, which I'm like, how is their relationship going to work out in the movie? And I feel like Fear may have a hate against anxiety, unless again, she will explain her motives. You guys are probably like, well, what are Anxiety's motives? Well, she's a huge fangirl of Joy, and when Joy pushes her away in the trailers, she feels betrayed by Joy, which kind of makes her go off and have revenge with the rest of the emotions by bottling them up and putting them in this prison, basically just saying, get the hell out of here and get out of headquarters. And she's basically kind of ruling the control panel now, which is she a villain? I would honestly say no. I think that she has some things that she's in the wrong with, and so is Joy. And I think by the end of the movie, if none of the characters have that much of a grudge with the rest of the emotions, we'll be able to work together because a lot of the marketing that we have seen that isn't like shots in the movie is them actually working together. So, will that actually be a thing in the movie? I will actually say maybe. Then we see Anxiety putting our characters inside of the jar, and this is where the jar gets put to the conveyor belt, and it seems to go to this prison where Bluefy, Lance, and probably Deep Dark Secret are, where all the non 3D elements of the movie will come out. Like Deep Dark Secret is a stop motion character, Bluefy is 2D, and Lance is an arcade game character, while there's some explosions that are like Spider Verse, like 2D, which is very creative, and I really am curious how this whole sequence is going to play out. We see all four of our characters, except for Sadness, trying to get back to headquarters, it seems. They're using this hose that they use to suck all the forgotten memories out of long term memory, and they're using it to kind of get up high onto long term memory, and probably onto that green boat that they do use in the trailers, trying to get back to headquarters. And I do think them trying to get back to headquarters, they will make it back early, but then they'll immediately get kicked out again, which we do kind of see that towards the end of the trailer here. We see a shot of joy and sadness in long term memory. This is kind of scratching my head because we did see the four characters here just a moment ago, but I think this is when Joy is telling sadness the plan. What plan exactly? Well, my friend Filmtastic made an entire video where there was a shot of sadness in the travel tubes, and it seems like in this movie, the reason why sadness has gone through a lot of these shots is actually because she's trying to get to the travel tubes so that she can get core memories or whatever to try to make sure that our characters get back in time and maybe our characters get kicked out because when our characters do get kicked out again, there's no sadness. So that part I'm a little confused about, but the rest of this actually kind of makes sense. And by the way, Filmtastic, thank you for letting me know about that. Afterwards, we see Anxiety pull out this weird glowing orb thingy, scribbly, whatever. And I don't know what this is. We've been seeing this a lot in the promotional material. It's blue, and if you see Anxiety's face, she looks mixed sad, but she also looks kind of angry. Like it makes her think too much of Joy or something because she's maybe hurt at what Joy did to her. Because again, she feels betrayed by someone that she looked up to. And if you look later in the trailers here, you see that that turns orange. You see it's kind of starting to grow and it's starting to develop, which I'm like, what the heck is this thing? Afterwards, we don't really get a new scene. It's just the brainstorm scene again. I do really like this scene a whole lot. It's pretty funny. And then at the very end, we see all of our characters getting thrown out of headquarters. I think this is their second attempt of getting back. And they're just like, nah, get the hell out of here. And they get thrown out. Except for Sadness, apparently. Maybe by the
It
time
should be
Sadness
nothing
actually
but
gets
smooth
back,
sailing.
she's like,
Hello.
where are the emotions? And they probably kick her out too. I don't really know. It's hard to predict right now because I like what the trailers are doing in terms of not giving us too much, but they're kind of showing miscellaneous scenes that's kind of making the audience confused of like, okay, how does that fit with that? And how does that fit with that? It's brilliant and it really makes us not completely know everything about the movie because if we did, then that would be pretty spoiler territory and it wouldn't be the best marketing from Disney. But the fact that they are doing this makes me very happy, and it makes me more excited for this movie for all the surprises. Fear says, "Hold on to me," and he says, "No, literally hold on to me. I'm serious right now." And they all hold on to him as he has a parachute, which I'm like, how did you get a parachute? Where did you even get that? And how did you even know that you were going to need that in the first place? But we do hear more of Disgust's voice actually. And is it just me? I haven't watched a lot of movies with Liza Lapira in it, but I feel like her imitation of Mindy Kaling kind of sounds weak here. Like it's kind of jarring and it's kind of turning me off on the role. Is it just me, or maybe it'll be better in the movie?
You have a parachute?
The real question is, why don't any of you? Only in cinema.
I don't know here. Mindy Kaling has a very distinct and very unique voice for an actor that it's pretty hard to emulate or like capitalize or how should I say this? Like mimic that voice. So Liza Lapira, she's not doing a terrible job. I just think that she can't really sound like Mindy Kaling. But what do you guys think about this TV spot overall? Which one is your favorite new shot? And share your predictions down below because actually I believe by the like 5 days or maybe a week before Inside Out 2 releases, I'm going to do a final predictions video. Stay tuned for that. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.